Alright people, let's continue our Mitre tech series with another video here. The title here is Video Capture T1125. So in our last video we had audio capture, and let's simply move on to all of these capture techniques that we can find. Let me switch to the editing mode here, and as usual let's take a look at video capture, what we can find on that. There we go, general text. So then we copy that right here, and I hope the Windows sound doesn't bother you too much whenever I copy something. But yeah, so that's good. Let's switch back to the reading mode here. So similar to the audio capture, here we are now talking about peripheral devices, integrated cameras or webcams. So you might have noticed a lot of people having these stickers over the webcam, and some people call them paranoid or whatever, but it's not. It's just really normal behavior, and I think today it is even common that computers have a little mechanism where you can just there's a piece of plastic that you can switch over the camera, so you can physically shut the camera down. It's a common thing to have in notebooks these days, at least. So yeah, video being captured, that's a nightmare as well. Can be used for blackmailing. Some years ago, when the smart TVs showed up, they had a webcam as well. And what is the view from a smart TV if you look? What would be the scenery that it would catch? Well, it would catch your living room or your bedroom, and it would catch the sofa or your bed. Okay, and you can imagine that a video being captured of your bed or your sofa might be material to blackmail you. So you don't want to have that, and it happened. So this is when I picked this topic up with the smart TVs. So I don't have a smart TV at home. Not for that reason, but of being captured on my sofa, who cares? But just for the very simple reason that the benefit do not outweigh the possible privacy implications there. Yeah, so what else do we have then here? Malware or scripts may be used to interact with the devices. Again, it's about APIs. Interact with devices through APIs. And I'm sure there are some smart heads out there who figured out what APIs those are. Provided by operating systems. Then video image files may be written to a disk. So these are bigger now than audio files. When it comes to videos, quality matters. So those will be bigger files here. For example, if I record one of these videos here, those are usually a couple hundred megabytes per 10 minutes. So these files, they tend to be quite big. So in our videos here, it's not, because the MP4 format recognizes when the screen doesn't move, so it saves on it doesn't store every picture if it doesn't change. But if you have humans or videos of your living room, there will be more movement, so the size of the videos will be bigger. Yes, and then this technique differs from screen capture due to use of specific devices or applications for video recording rather than capturing the victim's screen. Yeah, so screen capture is another technique that I will do right after this video. I've seen it already on Mitre, screen capture. So we will do an entire capture series this week. But yeah, in macOS there are a few different malware samples that record the user's webcam. such as Fruity Fly and Proton. So here concrete names, Fruity Fly and Proton, and your SOC might be looking out for indicators of compromise, IOCs, for specifically these ones. Okay. Then what do we have here? So there are no sub-techniques here. Tactic is collection. It's again fairly late in the kill chain. Platforms, all operating systems. There is a contributor here, Praetorian. I don't know what that group is, but okay. And it's fairly new, 24th October. All right then. So let's copy paste right beneath that some procedure examples. Not too many. Again, we have software here. Here's a group. I just want to have at least one group here. That's a bit... can you guys even read that? That's too small. One moment. I don't like it if it's not proper. So let's do it like this. Yes, that's much better. And then copy and red. And under copy and red, we connect some more to get at least one group in there. Like this. I think that's much better. Yes. All right then. So these are the groups that we have. Let's see. Agent Tesla. We have read about that. So it has nothing to do with the car company, obviously. So it records Ben Duke. We have seen that in the audio capture. So it looks like the software is capable of capturing the webcam as well. Which makes sense. It's a similar approach. It's just another device, another API, but the idea is the same at least. Copy and red we have seen as well. And here I wanted at least one group, not just software. And here it is, Ember Bear. So Ember Bear, bear is always something Russian. When they talk about bears, Cozy Bear and whatever bear, it's a Russian group usually. And they have exfiltrated images from compromised IP cameras. Yeah, interesting. So now, after that, let's move on with the next screen and copy some of how to detect that stuff. And I already peeked a little bit, and it's same as with audio, unfortunately. So mitigation, we don't have anything, as you can see here. And detection strategy is the same as we had. We have processes, but we go through that. So first of all, I want to point out that cannot be easily mitigated with preventive controls. It's kind of sad. And then you see in your SOC if you want to mitigate it. So you have some sort of process is doing an access to one of these specific APIs here or files. And then what you have after that is outbound transfer shortly after, or writing to disk shortly after. That's what you typically have. And this is for all of the cases here. Again, a process does something, in this case a specific dev video, and again, outbound connection exfiltration. So this is the typical thing. Sometimes it also writes to disk. They say it here as well. But if the SOC wants to detect it, you first need this pattern. Okay. This pattern is always the same. Here, process, beacon, exfiltration soon after. Okay, that's what it's all about. All right. So again, this is I think Mitre. Oh, I would suggest to companies out there who are in the security field and have the capabilities, let's get a mitigation. Let's get an endpoint prevention system that detects audio capture. Okay, there's no reason that we don't have that yet, so let's have it. Alright, so let's go to the next page then. The stuff right here is being removed, and we have here 53 sources. And oh wait, that was not a good screenshot. So 53 sources. Let's take a look at 40 of those, just to get an overview of what actors participate in that game, who's writing about that. So here we have some names I'm not familiar with. Trend Micro is doing its job here. That's good. So I always fall back to actors here, FireEye, that I'm familiar with. Even though if Mitre is using them as a source, you can assume that it's a credible source, but here Kate I've seen multiple times now. I mean, it's a female name, it catches the eye, of course. Maybe that's just a clickbait in the security field, but it appears to be relevant if it's writing so often about these topics that we are interested in. And then obviously you have here Microsoft. Alright, so those are the typical actors here. But yeah, I think we are through then with this video. I hope you enjoyed it. So we had a good look at what video capture is. Found some similarities to the audio capture. We know where to locate it in the kill chain now. Based on the procedures, we have seen some software examples and one hacker group using video capture. We have some idea of the limitations of our security society as of now. There are no mitigations as it looks like. But if you have a SOC, and hopefully you have, there are some ideas how to catch that stuff. And finally, we wrap things up as usual by taking a look at some research papers on that topic. As usual, let me know if one of these papers catched your eye, because we will have paper reading series similar to the unpopular opinion series. We had a kill chain series, we have the Mitre attack, and there will be a paper reading series where we just pick one of these references and read them together. Yeah, so as usual, thank you for watching. Thank you to spend some time on cybersecurity. As far as I can tell, spending time on cybersecurity is always time well spent, and especially if you are working in that field, it will help you. And yeah, have a good time and see you in the next video then. Goodbye.